Sacrificing intent. Okay, this is the last video. I want to do at least 3 of them before I move on to my other tasks. Where was I? Rachel. Oh man, we were just getting started. Oh well, she looks around. So what's there to do in this cabin anyway? She notices a TV with a tape sitting right in front of it. In fact, it practically says, "Play me, play me." Rachel. Oh, a VHS? How 90s is that? I can dig it. Yeah, it was only the 90s, like, a few years before this, so. Not like now. It's like fucking 20 years ago. She goes over and plops down in front of the TV and puts the tape in. Oh my god, what will Rachel find on the tape? Who is the mysterious stranger? Will Pitt and Norman ever get their own frozen weasel popsicles? Tune in next time to find out. Yeehaw, the new part of the circular outline. Hey, finally getting to the good part here. Oh yeah, and I was gonna add a picture of Jerry Cantrell, but I couldn't find a good one. Oh well, oh yeah, and I apologize in advance for the Goo Goo Dolls part. Really, the Goo Goo Dolls are gonna make an appearance? They're from the East Coast, they shouldn't even be here. Okay, I guess we'll have to see what kind of fucking bullshit. This is like a fucking concert I would want to go to, like, when I was a teenager, like, Jerry Cantrell and the Goo Goo Dolls. That would be amazing. Yeah, let's see what the fuck this is. God. Okay, Rachel pops in the tape and sits on the floor to watch it, shaking all eagerly and biting her lip like a little kid on free ice cream day. The screen stays blank, and her excitement dies down until she's just sitting there frowning like, well, like an unhappy person. Rachel, what the fuck? Where's my stupid movie? She takes off her gory shoe and starts beating the TV with it. Oh my god, damages. Then she notices the TV isn't plugged in. Rachel, ugh. She goes and plugs it in and goes back to her ways on the floor. The movie starts up, which is the video for Alice in Chains' Man in a Box. Yeah, it's a pretty good video, I guess. It's cool. It has cows and stuff, you know, they're in a barn yard or something. I liked it. Rachel, I've seen this already. She picks up the remote and fast forwards the tape, but then pauses it when the guitarist comes up. Rachel, wow, Jerry, you're so hot. Yep, he was hot in that video for sure, before he grew the mustache. She crawls up to the TV and starts tonguing the screen and fondling her own boobs. Oh my god. She's getting all into it and enjoying her getaway cabin experience. You know what? I'm glad that she can enjoy doing something so shameful. Like I was saying in the other video. You know what? This is all I feel like this is gonna be a theme. This is all tying back into that video from before. You know? Like, the one I was just talking about. With the fucking idol worship and all that shit. Like, you know? I don't know, kind of interesting. Okay, where was I? Getaway cabin experience, when suddenly the screen goes all staticky and the loud static noise practically blows her ears out. She leaps backwards. Rachel, what the fuck? She looks at me. I'm not gonna be in here anymore, okay? I'm removing myself from this parody. You know what? I know that's just because I was reading Darth Maligna. Have you ever read Darth Maligna on fanfiction.net? This is a while ago, like 15 years ago, so I don't know if her stuff is even on there anymore, but me and my friend, we read it, and I think I read, like, all of her stuff at one point, and it was pretty funny, and once in a blue moon, she put herself into her own stories, and she not only put herself in, but she would have, like, different alter egos of herself that would be in there. I remember distinctly at one point, I think it was some kind of Star Wars thing, she put herself in there, and then she put, like, a Jedi version of herself in there, like, 2 of them at the same time, so they were, like, clones, or some shit, but, anyways, that's what I was channeling in here. But I'm not gonna have this anymore, okay? I'm rebelling, I'm putting my fucking foot down. I will not be in this parody anymore, okay? You can deal with the fucking Seattle Rockers and the rockers in general, and I can deal with fucking, you know, all this other bullshit, but, like, I'm not gonna be in here, okay? And, not that it's even me anymore, because this is me as a teenager, so I guess it's a completely different person, or whatever, but, yes, I'm removing this. But, okay, what does Rachel say? By the way, doesn't it feel retarded to have to write my name in every line when I'm the only one here? That is kind of weird, you know? That is kind of weird. It should have switched over to prose, but what are you gonna do when you're fucking writing a script? That's what happens. Okay. Rachel, isn't it technically too late for that if I'm talking to you? Um, Rachel tries to fight the urge of the story, but she cannot fight the forces. Haha. She turns her head against her will towards the TV as the static clears, and a demonic Barney head comes floating up. Oh my god. TV, Mika Mika Nurse, Mika Mika Nurse. Oh my god, I forgot all about that shit. Do you remember that? That was another one of those like Newgrounds type of things that circulated. You know, it was a simpler time. Back then it was kind of there was more things that like the entire country would experience as one as opposed to now where everything is just more, if you see something online it doesn't necessarily mean anyone else is going to see it. You can show it to your friends, but I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I didn't quit necessarily social media, but I quit. I haven't been. I only had Instagram, and I haven't been on there for like a couple weeks now because it was pissing me off. And I don't have Twitter, and I do have Facebook, but I don't go on it. I only have it to friend all my fucking relatives from around the country, and then never post and never talk to anybody and never log in. So, anyways, where was I? Okay, yeah, all the crazy ass images flash up on the screen. Rachel, what the fuck? Her pupils go all huge and dilated, and the static reflects in her eyeballs. The horror, the horror. Oh yeah, there was something earlier about reading Heart of Dark because I gave myself a line, and it was something about doing homework and reading Heart of Darkness. I remember having to read that, which you know what? That actually tells me that this was written or edited during senior year of high school, because that's when we read Heart of Darkness. We also read Dante's Inferno, and it was fun. It was good times. Where was I? Random old school rocker. I guess that would be like, I don't know, like a member of The Who or something like that, or maybe like a fan of theirs. The horror of the media generation, you mean? Me. Oh, that was me. Let's just give that line to Rachel. Rachel, shut up. Before she knows it, the movie's over and the last image is of a woman brushing her brown wavy hair in the mirror. Then everything goes to static. Rachel, weirded out emoji face. She would have stayed like that too, except at that very moment the phone rang and she got up to answer it. Rachel, why the hell does this mountain have so much technology? She picks up the phone. Hello, no one you know speaking. Voice on the phone. Static. Rachel, a goddamn shitty connection. Aiden, is that you? I can't hear, there's too much static. Voice. Rachel, hey, are you prank calling me? I gotta tan your hide, you little shit. There's a momentary cease in the static. Little girl's voice. Little shit! I had to fuck you into the 8th circle of hell. Oh yeah, and 7 days. The line goes dead. Rachel, what? You little bitch cunt monkey. Don't make me reach through this phone and tear your tonsils out with my toenails. Hello? Ugh. She hangs up. Bitch. She looks around. Where's the fucking light switch in this place? It's hella dark. What? She didn't turn the light on when she walked in? I guess she was just seeing by the light of the TV or something. Where was I? What was I gonna say? Oh, right. If it was nowadays, you know what's funny? Even though everybody would have cell phones now, this cabin probably, the landline would actually probably work better because a cell phone probably wouldn't get any fucking service, because when I'm working and when I go into some of these fucking areas, fucking telemarketer asshole. What the fuck is this? I said hang up. Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, some of these places I deliver to, they have like no fucking service at all. But you know what's fucked up is that like it's not a matter of how like remote and out of the way things are. Like because sometimes I go to these fucking like I don't want to say rural because they're still technically part of a city, but they're just, the rich areas where it's like out there and like which is funny because there's also obviously super poor areas that are also out there, but it's mostly like these fucking horse farms and shit like that I'm like delivering to, and like you could deliver to a fucking horse farm and like have perfect connection. Like you be driving through the woods for like 15 minutes on these windy ass little roads, thinking like, there's no way I'm gonna get service out here. But then you get like 5 bars. But then sometimes you go into some fucking suburb of like, places that just have all those row houses and shit, and everything is designed to be like, a little like insular community or whatever and shit like that. Is they got a strip mall like right down the street and everything, and you have like no service. So it's like it really makes no sense, I don't know. Okay, where was I? Blah blah blah. She walks over to the window and yanks open the curtains to be met with the beautiful view of the sun setting on a red tree in the distance. Rachel, aw, that's kind of nice. I think I'll go for a walk. She goes over to the front door and pulls it open, only to find out that the weather outside is actually pouring rain and cold gray skies. Rachel, the hell? She shuts the door and goes back over to the window with the sunny view. She touches the window to find that the beautiful sunny image is really just a painting hung on the wall. Rachel, damn. Cut suddenly to a plain white room, creeping everybody out with its creepy plain whiteness. The only thing in the room is a gong and the little Mushu dragon from Mulan holding a gong mallet, which is bigger than himself. Cyborg. What? Oh my god, what? Okay. I'm gonna just skip that whole part because it didn't make no fucking sense. What is this? Okay, cut back to Rachel and Aiden's apartment, which is being rained on with huge raindrops the size of tires. What? Some guy is standing on the corner with a sign that says the end is here, and then suddenly a big wave comes crashing over him. Ha ha ha, feel my power. I imagine that to be the guy from Us. The guy that holds the sign. That poor guy. What is his name? Jeremiah? Poor Jeremiah. Inside the apartment, Aiden is making lunch. Putting on his gothic makeup, etc., and flashing product placement. He goes down to the bottom floor of the apartment building and out the front door, where he hops in a little blow-up boat and starts rowing himself off to school through the flooded Seattle streets. I actually like that part. Aiden, yo-ho, a pirate's life for me. Suddenly a gangster-looking, ruffled white man. Okay, you're either a gangster or you're a ruffled white man. In this day and age, you can't be both. But I know what I meant at the time. I just meant, like a ruffled guy that's down on his luck that could possibly mug you or whatever. But yeah. But in this day and age, you can't be both. You have to choose. Isn't that sad? Maybe there will be a closing of the gap, a rebellion of unity or whatever fucking shit. I don't know though. Honestly, I don't even really want unity that much. Unity is being pushed too hard. If we have unity, we need a kind of a unity that unites people in their individuality. You know what I mean? Anyways, whatever. Okay, suddenly a gangster-looking ruffled white man comes up out of nowhere, also rowing in a little blow-up boat, and pins Aiden's boat up against the wall of a building. Man, pointing his finger at Aiden like a gun. This is a stick-up kid. Aiden, good day to you, too, biologically paternal figure. Man, yo, B, I told you not to call me that. Just hand over your lunch money. Aiden, I don't have lunch money, I have this. He shows him the sandwich. Man, good enough, he steals it. Aiden just sits there. What am I gonna eat now? Man shrugs. Think something up. This is the city, kid. Only the tough survive. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, and I ain't got no mama to make me sandwiches. Aiden, I made that. Man, wait, guilt trip me. Fine. Here, have it your way. He gives him back a little piece of the sandwich. Aiden flatly. Wow, thanks. Man, yeah, no problem, B. Oh my god. You know what? There used to be a smaller gap between rappers and rockers. Not that this guy is even necessarily a rocker, but, the racial segregation wasn't what it is today. The racial segregation today is pretty fucking bad. I guess back in the early 2000s, it was more acceptable to blend these things. Okay, where was I? Okay, yeah, no problem, B. Just being a father. He rows away, leaving Aiden in the rain. Cut back to Rachel in her apartment, along with a gangster man, aka Noah. You know what's funny? Because Noah is the flood, Noah in the flood. Why is this tooth like all like this? It's like crooked and on top. Anyways, um, yeah, Noah in the flood, and it's like flooding outside, so it's funny. Noah eating the sandwich. So what do you want to show me? Rachel, it's a music video. Noah, that's cool. Pop it in and let's watch it. Rachel, actually, maybe you shouldn't see it. Noah, wait, what? Man, you beesies is all like, call a man all the way over to your place and then you flake on him. I know, it's like, what, he's just supposed to leave now? He fucking came over. Rachel, yep, well, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go say hi to my neighbors now. When I get back in the house, I want to see you gone. Can at least watch a different movie if you don't want to show them that tape. You can at least be like, well, you can just lie on the fly, like pull a random movie, be like, we're gonna watch Gettysburg. Yep, it's good. It's a good day for that. It's raining, Let's get all cozy and watch Gettysburg, Um, okay. Noah mutters, "Bitch," to Rachel. All right, fine. Well, can I at least get a hug before I go? Rachel, hell to the nah. Every time we hug, you do something weird to me. Noah, sad puppy face. Please. This is actually kind of true to life, a little bit. Like, I don't know. Rachel rolls eyes. Oh lord, there's that face that got me knocked up. Alright, fine, I'll freaking hug you. They hug and Rachel walks out on the balcony with a sign on her back that says, touch, with an arrow pointing down at her ass. Noah snickers. You know what? I remember when I got that from. Like in class, because like you would go to a different room for, different classes and shit like that. And so no, it's like obviously no one had like assigned seats or anything like that, right? And so it was just really funny because there was this one time where somebody like we had those those like chairs that are, I think it's like a chair that's attached to the desk or whatever, I can't remember, but the point is the chair had like an opening in the back that like included like your ass, because it was like, there was just a chair, and then I don't know why they couldn't just put a solid piece of plastic for the back of the chair, but they had just had a hole cut out in the center, like a square shaped hole, and so above it somebody wrote like in Sharpie like touch with like an arrow pointing down. It's like, so whoever sat, like, that's why I thought it was funny, because it wasn't targeted, like, so many times in high school and shit, like, shit is targeted at a certain person, but that's why, and it's like kind of mean, but this is why I thought that was funny, because it wasn't targeted at anyone specific. It was like literally anyone that sits in that chair will have like the touch thing on them, So I don't know, I just thought that was funny. Okay, arrow pointing down at her ass, Noah snickers. Which means he had to have that on him the whole entire time, which is really funny. Rachel looks back at him. Something funny? Noah, nope, nothing at all. Rachel narrows her eyes suspiciously. Sure. She goes out on the balcony. Noah, alright, now let's get down to business. He snatches the tape out of her backpack and puts it on. Noah, eyes get all big. Whoa. In the meantime, Rachel is out on the balcony spying on all her fat-ass neighbors with binoculars. Rachel, there's Mandy doing her hair, and the newlyweds making their own porn video. Mr. Slasher cutting up a helpless victim with a kitchen knife. Helpless victim, help, help! She comes back in the apartment and sees Noah watching the very end of the tape. Rachel, you motherfucker! All cap. Noah, I can explain. Rachel, explain this! She starts beating him over the head with a folding chair. Oh my god, it's just fucking like, what do you call it, one of those wrestling leagues or whatever. Noah, stop, please. What? What the fuck? Rachel, can we get back to the real movie now? Rachel finally stops pummeling Noah with the chair and pants for breath. Rachel, why do you sit so goddamn close to the TV anyway? Yeah, it's bad for your eyes. Noah, why do you not sit so close? Rachel, whatever. Noah, yeah, well, about the movie, I thought it was, typical animutation. Oh, I forgot about that word. That word hasn't been used forever. Not all that creepy or anything. Rachel, not that creepy. What about the fact that everyone who watches it dies? Noah, oh yeah, like who? Rachel, like her, hands him a newspaper headline. Noah, reading. Young woman killed in tragic barnyard orgy accident. Looks up at Noah. Have you been, looks up at Noah. I think it means looks up at Rachel. That was a typo I didn't fix. Have you been sleeping lately? That's rude. Rachel looks back at him. Oh, okay. Let's just, I finished that page, so let's just call it quits.